That's for me to decide for you, son, man. Hi, when I smile is there. The richest smile ever. Down, Carol. Hi, fair born, man. On top. I also want to check to Great shop to take and hold Kakabo for that. Because that's the results. And if yet, Kakan will be not on restrictions. Let's see, don't talk. So I just want to one who get fries, provide a ice cream cake, don't talk. That's what I will celebrate on your special day. Can you eat all passes the Carol? Man, I think that was the day, one talk, and the ball. I'll pass a fair son. 7 distinctions of the best. So as a lot of man, buy not an ice cream cake here. Sure.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
It's just that I'm tired, Mona. I need to take a nap. The night before the results, can you do that later on? Pretty please.
Relax, I want to cool up and Calipa. Tommy move forward at Daddy. Pressure to the Tamancore. As I attempted to get up his wool and talk. And then Tom Key, a killer of it. Cat Abo, maybe that's what I woman. Shut down Bambino and talk. Some craving. Check when you are Daddy. Zara is said to win on the special day. One talk. That's why I attempted to do so. Down, girl. Carolina, Mama. Hey,
Mona, ne? What a sweet guy he is. So loving and a supportive one. Our classroom have never been the same. Ever since he dropped out at school, he was not academically good. I still remember this one time. He... Whatever. What about the uniform number?
Yeah, but when I did your uniform, get a good green shop, get subject to the script on outside. So I want one. Get now, get a good night after to page like a pendula. You should look at the chemistry, no draw some compound. One shot. I didn't offer them, but I blow me and shut in my car. One shot. So I just want to get someone looking for Frazo. So look my sister outside Nisha for testing outside.
Mona, study.
How?
Oh wow. Like what Mama could have done. I can't get Mona as I get out again. When I Mama to the ball. The day he decided to drop out at school, I was with him. Oh, Mona.
Yeah.
Mona. No touching, remember? And please, social distance.
Oh, I can't hold fun. When we talk about the road, they get 20 pieces of him pay a call. How? And stop that you're social distance. China social distance. Yo, I can't hold it. Check on the top of the Galasima, Shabu. Outside 1.5 meters away. Also 25 meters away from Rona Fair.
Mona. COVID-19, it's a serious issue. Worldwide. But I keep on now one of them.
What's okay, Kevin? Check off like this man. And then I'm Twitter. But to my perfect little trauma. Yeah? Most house and a Pama. We're not supposed to be one place. Really, my pie. So, no killing a man. You can't heal the kennel. So, let's get it. Let's build up my Halala. Never. Kabutuki. Can I get so I got planned on Spanish and fast?
Mona. How would I know a plan at Spanish and fast? Ain't you consider a school?
Get say, come on, Father, get say. Positively 50 application every time. Decline. We stop that decline, man. Kabutuki. Come on,
Whenever I think of Munamuna's decision, I've always thought of it as an act of cowardness. Because in life, we do come across challenges, yet we overcome them at the end of the day. This whole COVID-19 situation, Munamuna had to hang in there.
To hang in there?
Yeah.
So that he can be an added number to statistics of learners who failed their matric in 2020. On the other hand, there's an advice that says, as long as you get 50%, that's an act of searching students for failure and settle for less in life. Now, due to poor education standards in South Africa, there's a high level of unemployment, which leads to the abject poverty experienced by many South Africans.
So is this education system that my grandfather and the 1976 student fought and died for?
Well, obviously. Now, many schools and communities suffer the economical and political consequences of the decisions that were made during the apartheid era, where people were segregated according to their skin color, with schools serving white communities properly resourced.
Makoko did mention the struggles they used to encounter during the water days. The students, they didn't have textbooks. Only teachers had those textbooks. And the textbooks are there. There is such one in next. The textbooks,
see, a black child has been on its own for decades now. After all the determination we put, despite the nationwide lockdown from March 2020 meant months of no face-to-face classes, schools reopening and closing several times, cutting down of valuable time and forcing us to catch up later, adjusting to new protocols at exam centers. Is this what it led to?
Failing my matric?
Truly speaking, Carol, this pandemic is the disaster that affected or impacted the education system beneficiaries, which is leading Munamuna to drop out at school and others not reaching high marks as expected.
I failed. And it's all my fault. Yes, it is. I allowed the president's speech. The news of increasing of people infected with the virus, the digging up of grave news, waiting long impatiently on decreasing of the lockdown levels, the talks of soldiers coming into our communities to prevent the social gatherings from taking place, to mess up with my head. Yes, it felt like it was happening in my head. It was not real. I should be out there, rejoicing, maybe in an ice cream date with Mona, but here I am, locked in this room, my safe learning space.
I am sorry.
What? Why?
For being absent from the beginning. The then President Cyril Ramaphosa announced the first national lockdown, the expanding of COVID-19 cases, and the unpredictable countdown of levels, which I believe brought so much fear to you and to many South Africans. Carol, the fear you had over, it played a huge role in distracting you from your studies. The education system we don't even own. Now the outcomes of everything, which are unfortunate. I am here now and I know it is too late. If maybe I was present from the beginning, maybe things could have turned out well.
Well, it's kind of scary on how your whole life depends on how well you do as a teenager.
It is a lot. It has always been a lot for a black child, for a dark-skinned person, to be precise. Is the color black a problem? Listen to this. The black sheep of the family, the black market, all the statement carries the unreality, the evil, and the commitment of crime. You could say maybe that is why high crime is being committed to us and we are being treated. And in education is where our hope lies regarding to change the narrative. But there is obstacles of its own. Thank you, miss. Best performer in pure maths. Oh, thank you. This is the last one. Are you sure? Oh, okay. Best performer in first additional language goes to... Drum roll, please! You are Carol Zako, that young girl who used to get high marks in class tests, exams, awarded with certificates, always bring the top of your class, a whole smart kid. Now you see the energy you used in picking up all of those papers? Use it to pick yourself up and throw all the disappointments in that rubbish bin all throughout that window. You are Carol Zako.
I am Carol Zako. And yes, I failed. But it's not my fault. It's the system. However, I understand that the system itself, it is run by human beings, and no one is perfect. Hey, no one is perfect. Of course I'm right. No one is perfect. I am entitled to my own opinions as much as I'm entitled to decision making when it comes to my life and those coming after me. What about the next Carol?
What about the next Carol? We will fail the next Carol.
As my mother will say, it is not the end of the world. It is not. The same system that fails me grants me second chances. I am going to register, to rewrite, afterwards study teaching, and use my graduation certificate as my traveling ticket to meet the next Munamunas and the Carols of the world. And fill the education's ocean with not to fail the future leaders' trick.
Carolina, mama, mama, eh, mama, mama, Carolina, mama, mama, eh, mama.
Muzi!
Stop, stop.
Atsama, Risho.
Rabba, Mama,
Rabba, Mama, Risho.